My number 5, now this is where it gets, I mean, these are bucket list finds. I think when you find one, suddenly you find loads of them. And for me, I think this was the first time that I was part of pulling a safe out. Again,
I know which one you're going to say.
We were at the hidey hole, or the honey hole.
Yeah.
And
what a battle that was.
Oh, what a battle. I mean, it'd been thundering, lightning, and torrential rain on top of us. We were pulling stuff in. It was a decent day. But we just needed that one special thing to just really make it feel worth it. What makes it a real highlight for me as well is we pulled it in, but that was half the job done.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a case of pull it in and it's in the car. We had to roll this thing around the edge of the pond, and the edge of the pond is on like an incline like that. So you're almost going round like a bicycle racetrack. So there's always that risk of it rolling
back down into the pond.
So wow,
it was awesome.
But yeah, check it out anyway. It's just a hilarious find for us. I loved it. What a day that was.
It's good battle, mate. Good battle. Boom! I'm on it. What the? This, guys, is big, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, definitely a big one, this.
Could be our biggest find to date, but we don't know what it is yet. Are you on, mate? This, Steve.
Get this safe out, it is so heavy. This is real old safe. Do this now. Put the pump down. You get to get it down.
Steve. Oh, what a ledge! Steve Milligan. And there we have it, guys. I was struggling there, but Steve carried on. And we have a very old safe. Well done, Steve. Put it there, mate.
We've got rubber gloves so we can fist bump.
Third safe, guys, of this location.
Thick biro pen. Yeah, definitely empty, mate. Definitely empty.
Amazing, guys. That is awesome. Again, guys, you've just seen an awesome battle there, and my number 5 is actually another battle we had, and similar circumstances, Steve. We've been out to a location, we've not found a lot of things on that day, and it was looking a bit barren, really. And you know, when you start to feel a little bit disappointed, you know, I'm with my mate, but we're not finding much. And then we found the safe, and it wasn't the biggest safe, but it was big enough. And when you're bringing anything in from a canal, there's always that lip you've got to get over.
Yeah.
It's quite a tough pull to get it over on top of the bank. And I remember the relief that we kept latching onto it, and it falling back in, and the sheer effort to get it up onto the top was a mission.
Yeah,
and that's why that's it. My number 5, really, just for the sheer effort, and it made the video.
Yeah, I think I remember this was the Harecastle Tunnel.
Harecastle Tunnel, yeah.
So we were at the north entrance of Harecastle Tunnel. We'd been to Trentham, I think, at the beginning of the day, and you worked our way up, and it was dead clean, wasn't it?
Dead clean, nothing really there.
Yeah, and that massive hook thing. But then we were literally about to just close the day off and go, do you know what? We'll call it a day. and then you were wrestling with this thing, and it kept dropping, and we were like, look, leave it, just leave it. But it was always that case of,
what
we
is
need
it?
to know.
Yeah, and I can't leave an object without knowing what it is. I mean, if it's too heavy to get in on the day, we'll go back for it. But I just need to see it. I want to know what it is, because just imagination's running wild.
Oh yeah, I mean, we needed to try and get the water out of it in order to lift it up. So the angles that we were getting, and I remember actually lying on my front, lying over the edge of the bank, lifting it to try and get the water out. And as I was pulling it up, I was starting to slide into the water, towards the water, and it was a case of I remember saying to you, I'm going. And
Yeah.
and then we managed to just pull it just in time for me not to go head first into the water. So, mate, that was
again,
awesome.
another battle. Just checked out my safe there. Steve.
Safe.
What is it? I can't.
If I get it wrong, I always hurt myself.
That's the one.
There we go.
That's the
Still
one.
hurt.
So what's your number 4 then, Steve?
Number 4. Now, I mean, we're safe in it. We're safe.
In it. West side.
We're gonna stay on the safe side of the fight. Oh God. And now this is another one that was a battle. So this is the safe that we pulled in at Mermaid Pool.
Oh mate, this was awful. This was an horrible battle to get in, but very, very rewarding.
Absolutely the most difficult safe that we've ever pulled in. And I mean, the one at Mere was a nightmare. We almost left it. We almost left the one at Harecastle. But this one, we did leave behind once. We ran out of steam, and we always. The stupid thing that we did is we found it towards the end of our day the first time round, and we just didn't have anything left in us. This thing was huge, and it was facing. It had the back cut off it. And it was facing door side down, so we just couldn't empty it.
It's full of water.
And even Dave was trying to bucket water out of it, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" It's like trying to bucket water out of the Titanic while it was going down.
Crazy. It was crazy.
So we left it behind. We had to just leave, but we didn't think it was a safe at that time. We just thought metal box. There's nothing we can do about it. And the second time that we went there, again, Dave, you accidentally latched onto it. So I latched onto it with mine, and then Dave's magnet got stuck in it. There was no pulling that magnet.
So we had to get it out, because otherwise my magnet was lost, and I wasn't losing the magnet.
No, I mean these things, you know what the price of magnets are like. So this time round, we had 2 grapple hooks on it. We had 2 massive magnets on it. We actually got Dave's magnet hooked up to the tow bar of his car, and he was trying to drive the car. The wheels were spinning. It wouldn't pull.
It wasn't going anywhere.
We managed to get the slack completely off the rope, and I took one of our homemade grapple hooks and I smashed it through the side of the safe.
That's it, yeah.
I was able to then lift it, and it emptied as we pulled it in. We didn't think it was going to be a safe. Now this was the Stevenson Cox and Son safe from Sedgley.
Yeah, the vintage safe.
Yeah, I mean this is 1800s. This was ridiculous, and that was a massive moment for us, because Dave would have lost his magnet, because even when we pulled the safe in, we had to wrangle the magnet off it, because it just hit a sweet spot.
And it just wasn't coming off.
It wasn't coming off. So we managed to get it off, and for me, that was probably my favourite safe find.
And it was such a battle. And I think that's a great shout at number 4, because it was such a battle, and we had to get the car, like Steve says, grapple hooks, magnets. We were getting it in for at least an hour or so, and the relief to get it in, as you can see from the video. And again, unfortunately, you're going to see the aftermath pretty much of what happened.
I didn't press record.
Technical issues.
I didn't press record. I've got the camera at the top of the hill. I was like, yeah, we were screaming at the camera, yeah. And I went up the hill and it wasn't recording.
What's even on?
I really do wish that we'd have got that footage. I mean, I was livid with myself. Dave's like, no, it's okay, we've got the safe, it's fine. But I was livid because that was just beautiful. But that's my number 4. Dave, what about you?
My number 4, Steve, was something that is probably not like a once in a lifetime find, but it's something that I don't think I'll find again. I'll be very lucky to find. Mine was a set of handcuffs.
Yeah.
And I remember when I found them, I recognised they were handcuffs, shackles, but I didn't really think anything of it. I was just, found some handcuffs. And it wasn't until we took it to our local museum, who put us in touch with somebody at a police museum down in Birmingham, Walsall Way, and they identified them as 1820s up to early 19th century, and they were by a maker called Hyatt Derby, and they were proper, genuine, authentic, old school handcuffs.
Yeah, these were the screw cuffs, not your snap and close jobs. That people have probably found those, but these things have got to be like a complete rarity to find that.
And I was just buzzing. I mean, as you can see from the photo, I have soaked them a little bit in white vinegar and cleaned them up. Once lockdown's over, I'm going to take them down to Birmingham and let the museum keep them. But yeah, that for me was an awesome find. That was my handcuffs, guys. So Steve, what was your top 3 then? What was your third top item?
Right. So this again is something Dave finds it first. I'm like, I'd really love to find one of these. I'd really love to find one of these, except I'm not ever like happy about finding vibrators or panty liners. Dave's never found one of those.
He loves finding them.
He's found the vibrator, but not the
panty.
I mean, what kind of minger throws panty line? I mean, I don't actually know why I haven't put this in the top 10 because they're hilarious. And you've seen like the video that we did the other week where I pulled that panty liner out and called people. I mean, I've pulled about 3 of those out. And the day
You've
that
got
we
a bit of a knack, haven't you, finding all these rags? I don't know what it is.
I'm like a shark, mate. I can smell blood in the water 2 miles away.
Mate. Oh, what is this rank? Nasty.
And that's nasty. So, well, number 3.
Number 3.
So my number 3 was the mortar shell.
Oh yeah.
So for me, what made it extra special about this mortar shell was it was spent and empty, so it had gone off. It was a flare mortar. They fire them up in the air, boom! It explodes in the sky, lights up the sky for about 2 minutes or something like that. And I actually got to find one of those, and I have kept it. It's in the shed. I'm not going out there, and I'm not going to film in here because you only move it and rust just falls off it. But that was really cool. A really cool find for me.
Mate, that was an awesome find. I mean, at the time, I remember you shouted me, and I looked over, and I was in shock. Anyway, I was like, you know, awesome. And straight away, when we haven't found that many bombs, but the ones we have, obviously, we got the army in the first time. But for that, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to get the army or the police down, and luckily it was spent and it was empty, and it's a great little memento for you, isn't it? So
absolutely.
yeah, let's check this one out, guys. Guys, we have another situation. Steve's just pulled out another mortar looking bomb. It's not green, is it, Steve?
No, it's white.
And is the primer gone, as you said before? That's what the army guys said, didn't they, when they looked at it first?
Can't tell, mate. Can't tell. But
is it empty?
Taking this one home, boys and girls. That one that they've had is live. This one's empty.
So looking at that, that's amazing, Steve. 2 bombs. I can't believe that. Oh, I'm so glad that one's spent though, mate.
I'm having this.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah, that's crazy. Well done, sir. Well done.
There you go, completely hollow.
Yeah.
That is going to make a nice little decoration somewhere where my wife will hate it.
Amazing,
amazing, mate. You got an Australian, mate. Got yourself a water bomb. Get out, you galah. Fair income. Fair income.
So that was an awesome find there, Steve. So my number 3 was a really surprising find for the location, I felt anyway. So we went down to a place called Trentham, and it's quite a posh-ish location.
When we say posh, we just mean it's less scummy than
most areas.
Of the places.
So,
to be fair, Trentham's alright.
Yeah, Trentham's alright.
Yeah.
So to find the air rifle or part of a rifle. We do think it was an air rifle, don't we? Really?
It's definitely an air rifle. Yeah.
To find that in Trenton was just a surprise. I mean, it had been a quietish day, fairly clean. We got a few things out of road sign, a few other bits, and that was my second ever gun, or type of gun. So that for me was, again, I think I was quite casual about it on the day, but it was still an awesome find, yeah, so I haven't really got much else to say about that, Steve. But yeah, have a look, guys, see what you think.
Oh, yes! Yes! That's an air rifle, that is, mate. Dave's pulling in the special things. So.
It was a bit quiet under this bridge, and then we pulled out this. And even though it's an old air rifle, it's still an interesting find. And it's, like I say, it's the sight, isn't it, Steve? And the the barrel.
Excellent.
So it's a nice, interesting find, that, as you can see. Yeah. So interesting. I thought at first it was just a bit of pie.
Yeah.
Bit of Right, so there you go. First air rifle.
Good find, mate, good find.
So happy with that.
Okay, so my number 2. Number 2.
Steve's number 2. I dread to think what this is.
Well, actually, that reminds me of that clip where I thought I'd found a number 2. I said, it's either a poo or a dead man's willy.
It was dead rubbery though, wasn't it? It was like, that's
I don't even want to know to this day.
It was a Mr. Hanky Christmas poo.
An old Geronimo. Do you remember Geronimo's? Well, you wouldn't remember. Back in the day, there was the Geronimo was the condoms that old men used to. Well, old men used to use. Men used to use back in the days when they first got invented.
He's a lot older than me, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were reusable.
Reuse. Oh God. Anyway, your number 2, Steve.
My number 2 find. Now, this was a great find for me because we pulled in kitchen knives, we pulled in butter knives. I've pulled in all sorts of rubbish knives. Well, it's still a knife, but this one was a knife, Dave.
This was a special knife.
Or as Dave would say, this one's a knife.
This one's a knife.
Was the good old.
Oh, yes.
The good old. I mean, this cleaned up really well. So this was the Anglo arms knife. So as you can just see here. Now, I tested how sharp this was. And you do the paper test, and this actually cut through it really well, so it's really sharp.
No, that's a proper knife.
For me, I mean, absolutely fantastic find. Now, I'm not keeping this knife before people go, oh, you shouldn't have a knife. This is actually going to someone who will use it for what it was intended for, and I don't mean like going around like stabbing random people. This is going to go to someone who's a hobbyist who will use this as it should be used. But what a find that was, man.
Amazing find. And what's really nice about this find is Steve's been able to clean it up, and it's really come to life. And I think put a bit of oil on the handle.
Yeah, we'll bring the grain up lovely on that.
Bring up the grain to it, and it's the blade is actually cleaned up fantastic. And it's a lovely piece of kit, that.
Yeah.
So fantastic there, mate.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we've just checked out Steve's number 2 there. Awesome knife. My number 2. I felt I'd done a number 2 in my pants when I found this.
I've made it. I already know.
It was the first time up at Mermaid's Pool. Do you remember?
He went grey.
And I remember, I always seem to find pipes. I bring in some pipes and bits, and I remember bringing it out of the water, and straight away the shape of a mortar bomb, as you can see from the picture, it looks like a small piece of pipe, and if that comes out of the water first, you think, oh, it's a piece of pipe. And as it came up out of the water and I saw the tail part, I was like, oh my days. And I think I used the words chuffing hell, it's a chuffing bomb. And that was unreal. That was absolutely unreal. And as you can see from the footage in a second, guys, I was a little bit nervous around this bomb.
So I've never seen anyone go this colour unless they'd actually, puked up or got something wrong with it. But my favourite part about you finding that was when you put it at a safe distance and you then ran back like your life depended on it. It was just hilarious. Like,
oh man, I was so relieved to see the army guys turn up when they did, and big shout out to them. I mean, they sorted it out for us and got rid of it and everything.
Boys in green.
So, massive respect to them. But guys, take a look. This is my number 2, and it was the Motorboat. Guys, I'm not sure, but that looks like a bloody bomb or something, or a mortar. I'm not sure, but there's a bullet on there as well. I'm going to go get Steve, because that looks like a chuffing bomb. Jesus. It's a mortar. I mean, bleep. Oh my god. So, can point first for us, Steve.
Yeah, I think it might be a call to the old Bill, mate. I think we're gonna make a call. We're gonna have to call this in, Dave.
I think that's a bomb, isn't it, Steve?
That looks like a mortar bomb to me, mate. Definitely.
Let's get it over here then, out the way, because I don't really want
Wow, that is. Let's get out of here. This place. So we've been here about 20 minutes. And it does look like we're going to have to call the old Bill. Bomb squad might have to come and have a look at that.
literally, honestly, I bet we've not even been here half an hour.
Yeah. And if they do turn up and say no, it's not, we'll crack on. But by the looks of it, Dave, we're going to have to move locations. Well done, mate, you idiot. I mean, nice one of you.
We're down to the top 10s now, aren't we, Steve? So I'm really intrigued to see what Steve's got in at number 1. So, mate, what are you gone for? What is your number 1 find this year?
My number 1 find this year, Dave, has got to be the lock keys. So.
Oh yeah.
So while we've been doing this, Dave found 1 lock key. Then somebody who just came along with us and has never done it before pulled out a lock key. I was gutted. I was happy for them.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Then Dave pulled out another lock key at another location, and I was thinking, I'm never going to pull one in. I don't know, people are like, I'll pull lock keys out every 5 minutes. But for me, it was like the ultimate find for me. And I broke my duck in style on that one.
Mate,
absolutely in style.
You know, to get 6
lock keys.
6 lock keys on the day from pretty much the same location was just outstanding. And I remember I found a lock key first, and then I think you found one, and then I found another one, and I started getting a bit cocky then, thinking,
you can do that, I can do better.
And doing my little celebrations.
Yeah.
And then Steve just wiped the floor with me, and it was I was just like, I was in shock. Some day
broke my duck in style on that one.
Yeah. So guys, check it out.
Check this out.
Steve's just found his first lock key. Well done, lad.
Check this out, guys. Come out. Yeah. I'll get the magnet off it.
That's brilliant. Well done, Steve. And you can see where he was, guys. Here. I'll zoom out a little bit for you. There you go. So he's.
Dipping off the bridge.
Yeah, well done, son. So 2 lock keys today, guys. We're doing well there.
Yeah. Finally.
Anything he can do, I can do better. So 2nd lock key of the day for me, guys. But in all honesty, it's great. We found 3 today from 1 location. It's a bit quiet at the moment, so to get 3 of these out, and you see that's in good condition as well. Yeah, that's all right.
Lock key Dave, not Wilbur Dave.
That's it, lock key Dave. So yeah, epic win. We keep going.
No way. 2 lock keys. Look at that. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh my days, I can't believe he's just done that. This is a lock key battle. Steve has got double lock key action, boys and girls.
2 lock keys in 1 find. Tell you what I told mate, in that little section there, we're just pulling out the spoils.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jim.
Hey, look, Dave, I'm a reindeer.
Oh, guys. You know, as we do the charity for me and Steve, obviously it is more for Steve. So please give generously. But well done, Steve. Bloody hell. 2 lock keys in one shot. That's brilliant, mate. So that's a hat trick in no time.
I'm just a little bit excited about that. So, lock keys today, lot of buses. Not found one since we started it. 3 come along at once, and these 2 bad boys on one chuck.
That's brilliant,
Do you
mate.
know what though? Put the one up, and that was just hanging on it like that.
Yeah, I saw when you put it. That's fantastic. That is brilliant.
No way! 2 more! No way!
Mate, amazing. So, guys, not only has Steve shown the way, he's actually pulled in another 2 bloody lock keys in
Mate.
one throw.
So that's 5 lock keys I found today.
That is amazing.
No way! No way! No way! First shot back in!
Careful, careful, don't step off. So, I've only just been to you this minute. I'm not getting any magnet fishing done here, but this is insane. So, how many have you got now, buddy?
6 lock keys.
6 lock keys, that's 8 altogether.
That was the first chuck back in after saying I'm going for double figures. So there you go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lock keys. That's just crazy. All in one find, all in one day.
8 lock keys, Steve. We've never done that before. That is insane.
Mate, I've never done one.
You've smashed your duck. You've absolutely smashed me today. I'm well chuffed for you, mate.
My lock keys was my number 1. Again, like I say, absolute belter of a find. But I could probably already guess what Dave's number 1 is going to be. But Dave, tell us what your number 1 was.
Yeah, and it is probably the obvious one, Steve. I mean, it was a close one between the bomb and the gun, but it's got to be the gun. It's the gun I found at Jaeger Bar, Yoda Swamp.
Jaeger Bar. That's where you go to drink Dagers at Jaeger Bar. What is it? Jaeger Bar.
Oh, Jaeger Bar. What did I say?
Jaeger Bar.
Oh,
I will have Jaeger Bomb. I'll have a Jaeger Bomb.
Oh man, it's like we're back on the bank. But yeah, I mean, that for me was an awesome day. That little swamp, that pool has been so good to us this year. We found so many things, and we just had a feeling. And I remember thinking that it won't be long before we find something like a gun. And when you find a gun the first time, and there's some people who found lots of guns, and I think the feeling probably wears off. But when you find a gun for the first time and it comes up out of the water, you don't quite see it. You don't quite click in straight away what it is. And then when I obviously I got the magnet a lot closer and it did sink in, and Steve registered straight away and I was like, Dave, you've got a gun. You've got a gun.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I mean, the barrel was missing.
The chamber was missing.
Chamber then, yeah. Where the bullets go.
Come on, Dave, remember what that bloke called us?
Oh yeah, we don't want to offend that guy again. Yeah, that job's worth. Yeah, to find that was ace, and you could see from the video I got a bit excited. But guys, check it out. It was my number 1 find of the year. Hope you enjoy it.
Let's have a look. Oh mate, I think I've just got it. Oh, Steve. No way. Check it out.
Oh, mate.
This looks like a gun to me, people.
That is a gun. Right, okay, let's get it down on the floor, mate. Barrel facing away. Right. Oh my God, is it in something?
No, it's just covered in mud.
Try and keep careful around that trigger, mate.
Oh yeah.
Holy.
Needs washing. Let me just see if we'll wash it a little bit.
Oh, mate, I knew it. Mate, I knew it. Pull one out, buddy.
This is crazy. I can't even take it in. I don't even.
Right. Okay.
So it's missing out the
bar. Is it the chamber?
The chamber, but that is a real gun, I think, people.
That is a gun.
So I won't. So you can see there.
Yeah. So it's going to be obviously it's not going to be loaded. There's no chamber. If you just point it that way, mate. Let's have a look.
barrel is proper clogged.
Yeah.
Holy.
So
We have to call it in.
yeah, guys, first gun.
It's happened. It has happened. Knew it.
First gun.
What's the best 3 words you can use to describe your experience today, Dave? Go on.
Oh, humming.
Can you see anything on the handle? Can you clean the handle
There
up
is,
a bit better?
there is like a little bit of a marking, yeah. Like a stamp there. There's a stamp or something.
Yeah.
You can't see it very well, but there is a stamp on there. So, but that's mental.
Humana.
Police are just going now, guys. So they've been and they've picked up the bullets and the gun. It's all good.
Hope you've enjoyed the video. We've enjoyed talking through our top 10s. It's been great to remember some of the finds as well, because I'd forgotten some of the finds. Please like and subscribe. We love your support. We hope you have a fantastic Christmas and have a fantastic 21. I think we all deserve a better 21 than a 2020.
It's been a difficult year.
It's been a tough year for
Yeah.
that.
Listen,
Definitely.
everybody, we want to thank you all for subscribing to the channel. We want to thank you all for your support that you've given us this year. I think we've on our own steam, we've made quite a lot of progress with Staff's Water Raiders, and we really want to push it for next year to just keep rolling and keep those finds coming in. Thank you all for coming along and joining us on this journey.
Definitely, just completely echo that, guys. So here's to 2021. We've got no beer to toast, but
We'll be here to cheer.
to 2021, Steve. See you next time, guys. From me and him.
And me and him. Let's get out of here.
Let's do this.
Next time.
Next time.